All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to race 2 of our TRS night, HRL MegaMix series. This one's going to be on Millport. I got to say, one of my favorite Roman tracks in general, not just as far as TRS goes. This one's been a fan favorite as far as the Reach TRSs go. For a while, we've raced it multiple times. It was actually the final race of our TRS Season 6, which I think it was a fitting, final track for that season. But yeah, nothing too crazy in this layout, and Roman does tend to go pretty crazy in a lot of his TRS layouts, but this one's pretty simple. As you can see, we already just finished out the lap right there. I think we just finished out the lap there. So yeah, it's pretty simple layout, almost like double eights, and then some connecting tissue in between them. It's a pretty fun track, and the collisions here are brutal, especially this downhill one. And then there's an alt line here that can get pretty interesting. You may see some people run. You can go through the building there. There's this Jersey barrier chicane, which is where a lot of the actual on-track time will be made up. Probably a little bit over here as well. This corner can be pretty tricky too. But it's a pretty cool track. Definitely a fan of this one. The Reach vote was actually the closest, but this one won it out. Is really close with Daintree. All right, so let's go through the starting order. Hopefully I get a good grasp of everybody's different colors here on Reach. So we have Camby, Detail, Armada. I think this is Roman here? Is it Roman? Oh yeah, Roman and Elite both look weird. I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure that's Roman, and then that's... Okay, yeah. And then we've got Opix, Solange. Should be Coop again, and now we know that's Elite. Hunter, I believe that's got to be Real Deal. This is Soar. And then Nightmare, Soul, and Luke. So not too bad. Not too bad. I just got to not get Roman and Elite confused. Roman's got the horns. But yeah, so the checkpoint-wise, I think it's 24 laps. Checkpoint-wise, it's going to be like 168, 169. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right. So Luke's going to do Nade honors on this one. This is going to be a crazy race for sure. This track always delivers. Frag out, it's off, green flag.
Lost the lead. Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
And a lot of drivers going to be going for some big track position early.
Checkpoint reached.
A couple drivers even going to go for that alt line. I kind of like that early on.
Checkpoint reached.
Oh, big pile up here. Elite and Slaunch. Already collision potential, which is pretty crazy.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete. Checkpoint.
I'm running the first lap. I believe it was, I honestly missed it. Is it Real Deal? It was Real Deal. Okay, I thought it was him. Just double checking. So Real Deal, well, I don't know if he actually got the whole shot too, but we'll count it. Either way, he leads the first lap down. Big cheese in the chicane.
Checkpoint.
Here we go. I think Hunter leading him down. I think Real Deal got... Oh, yeah, there he is right there. He absolutely got cleaned out as well.
Lap complete. Checkpoint.
So now Hunter leading him down.
Checkpoint reached.
Can he survive? So far. I think Roman's up there early again. Roman, I'll give him credit here too. He is pretty solid at Millport generally as well on his own track here. So we'll see if he can put on another good performance after he started off really hot at Wyndham.
Checkpoint reached.
Oh, boy. I might have jinxed him there. Not too bad, though, as far as collisions and that. Oh, wow, Elite just getting bopped around.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete. Checkpoint reached.
And similar to the one that we saw at Wyndham, I think this collision here actually has a similar aspect to it with how you kind of go over the drivers, but there could be contact still. So it's this is like the main collision over here. And that other one I would say is like the secondary collision where it can get some people, but a lot of the time you're gonna, be going over and under.
Checkpoint reached.
And that might be lead change right there with Hunter. That slight collision, not too bad, but Detail speeds on by, and he's gonna take the lead and get a pretty strong gap already. Oh, Hunter really got Soar right there.
Checkpoint reached.
Elite. I think Elite already going a lap down potentially. I mean, that's brutal, but I mean, that can happen on this track and these short tracks. A lot of the other tracks on the night definitely lean towards the short track style of TRS for sure.
Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
Wyndham was the long one. A lot of these other ones, to varying degrees. It's not like they're all the same amount of laps, but They all definitely lean more towards the short track style, I'd say. Soul getting got by Detail there, I think. Hunter. Oh, Hunter can be. Wow. Brutal. Armada getting through clean. Very close, though.
Reached. Lap complete. Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint.
Yeah, Detail already working his way. I think it's still Hunter, and Hunter's fallen behind a bit. So yeah, Detail, I mean, obviously with that huge collision, he's got a massive lead already. And you never know on Millport. Again, it can turn around on you very quickly, but there he is in first. Let's see where second is. I'm going to try to get my best possible update if I can. It's Roman. It's moved his way up to second, and the gap, oh, sorry. The gap was huge. And lots of positions. That's Luke, Slaunch, and Real Deal right there, very close. Oh. And some rejoin action with Soul going for the alt line.
Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
Yeah, this track. And it doesn't really, like, watching the film... Let me do an onboard lap. Oh, let's just do it with Roman. Why not? Roman's absolutely in the mix. He got cheesed somewhere, lost some position. Let's go on board with him. Track creator. We'll give him the shout out here. And just show how intense the racing here on Millport can be. So again, this collision both ways is super intense because it's very blind. It's really hard to tell where the other drivers are coming from and be able to gauge whether you can dodge it or not. You know, other collision zones, you could do that pretty well. That one, both ways, is pretty rough. Now, the one way coming back around, it's even scarier because you can see the headlights a lot of the time, which is really funny. So that almost makes it spookier. You can see the headlights and kind of see the impending doom, potentially. While Roman really putting that alt line to good use right there. But yeah, we'll see. So like Detail and Elite right there, if we were a little further behind, we would have saw their headlights like right before they came up. And that's like the only warning you get. You have the radar. The drivers have the radar on, as you can see. But the radar honestly doesn't help that much. It's so congested the entire race. That doesn't really help a whole lot. So on this track, the main brutal collision is very fast. Soul gets collected right there, and very blind. And that can make for a lot of mixy races, because I think the races where, you know, the good TRS racers can really, oh, that's brutal, can really get under control and can really get a huge gap are the ones that have the collisions. Oh my god, it just doesn't end for Slaunch. That have the collisions that aren't blind and that give you a little bit of, you know, leeway, the really wide collisions as well. Because you can, you know, with those, you can gauge where they're coming from. You could potentially, you know, work your way around it with a nice swerve or something like that. And on Millport, you can do that too, but it's very tight. The window to do that on this track is very tight.
Checkpoint reached.
But it's no issue for our leader Detail here at all. He's lapping, damn near lapping the field, I believe. Or, yeah, if he hasn't already, he's coming very close to doing some checkpoint checks there, to lapping the field. I think he's lapped up to like 4th place or something. That collision's going to slow him down a bit. Yeah, but damn near lapping the field, and 2nd place isn't even close. So even though it can be very mixy and can be really hard to navigate, I mean, he's got something figured out, and he's navigating it very well at the moment, for sure. And if he can hold on to this win, this will obviously be a very strong start to the night. He got 2nd in the first race. This would be a huge follow-up to that. Obviously, your most recent TRS champion as well with Season 6, so definitely a favorite going into the night, I would say. That being said, TRS Season 6, there were some mixy nights as far as, like, the game goes, or the games represented, but a lot of them were like, all right, 2 Halo 4 tracks. Some of them were like all Halo 4 tracks, I want to say, or really close to it, or like 2-2 split, H2A, Halo 4. This one is one of each game, and then one of them being a hog race. Look at this congestion right here, by the way. Oh! Soul getting got there. But this one, this night, we got everything possible represented. So, you know, if there's like a specialization, if you're a little bit better at one of the games, that's not going to help you too much. You're going to have to do well in all of them, and we're going to really see who can do that in this night. For this particular night, I mean, obviously, if we did a championship with the even, it'd show a better case of it. This is obviously a very small sample size, but for this particular night, we'll see which drivers can do really well across all the games and series represented
Reach.
on this particular set of tracks.
Reach. Checkpoint reached.
Ooh, that was a bad one there.
Checkpoint reached.
I'm gonna get a look at it. So Detail's still got another quarter of the race to go. And it looks like it's Hunter, Soul. It's some mix of Hunter, Soul, Roman, Luke for 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my understanding of it. It's some mix of them. There's Hunter right there, by the way. So again, I believe that's second. I believe Soul is third. And then it's maybe Luke fourth, Roman fifth right now. I think Roman... Yeah, it is. So that just goes to show how close he is to lapping the field. Because there's Hunter right there. There's Detail over there. Soul's in front of him. He's about to be lapping up to third place. Soul got collected. There it is. There it is. Third place lap down.
Checkpoint reached.
So unless some absolutely brutal cheesing happens very consistently, like every lap, multiple times a lap at the end here, I'd this is about as wrapped up as a TRS race can be, I would say.
Checkpoint.
But 2, 3, 4, 5 is very close. Oh! Yeah, Hunter goes down hard.
Reach.
And that's going to be it. That's going to be the whole field put a lap down. Incredible. And Soul, a huge collision too, because Soul takes second place off of that.
Checkpoint reached.
And then there's Elite. There's Roman, there's Luke. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. Oh, wow. Real deal, yeah, that's not going to help.
Reach. Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint.
Rough start to the night for Real Deal. Oh, a little bit of contact, not too bad. Not too bad for Detail there. Soul going to try to take his lap back. Oh my god, glorious one for Armada. That was awesome.
Reach. Checkpoint reached.
And yeah, the 2, 3, 4, 5 battle is pretty sweet.
Reach.
But the lead is absolutely checked.
Checkpoint reached.
Yeah, I think Camby may be in 6th, but Camby's got a little bit of distance there, so yeah.
Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached. Lap complete. Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
Oh no, Armada.
Reach.
Detail went under him and Armada got it. Roman collected there too. Where are we at? So this is, I believe we're coming close to white flag.
Checkpoint reached.
I'm not sure the exact checkpoint count. Yeah, I think we're going to white flag here. So
Checkpoint
that is the finish checkpoint. That is the finish line. That's important to note.
reach.
And we're going into white flag right now. Last time around for Detail, and again, this is about as wrapped up as a TRS race can be. Put the entire field a lap down. Very, very dominant performance.
Checkpoint.
Probably the most dominant performance of the season so far. And he's gonna do it right there. Takes the win.
Lap complete.
Let's see if we can get an update on... where's Hunter, Soul? Hunter, Soul, and Luke and Roman. Oh, wow. There goes Hunter. I believe this is it. I believe this is second place right here. It's now... Luke's got up to second place. Soul is third now. Or Soul's kind of hung around third. He's still there.
Checkpoint reached.
Oh my god, a major clear out in front of them for Elite. And that'll do it. Luke will take second. Soul will take third. And Roman right there took fourth.
Reach.
Not to get them confused, there's Elite. But Roman was in front of him. He took fourth. Wow, Hunter brutal. Running in second a lot of the race. He takes fifth there.
Checkpoint reached.
I believe Camby was 6th place. I'm going to check the checkpoints to make sure. Yes. Slaunch was 7th. Next up is Soar. He is right there, taking another 8th place here. So next up we have Elite Armada. Potentially. There's Elite. So Elite must have gotten that position. Was it 9th? Armada running out the top 10. Then we've still got Nightmare right there. That's going to be 11th. Real Deal, Opix, and Coop. And it will be Real Deal, then Opix, and then Coop as well. There it is. All right, GG's Millport. Oh, I love that scenic shot of it. Wow, that's fantastic right there. Look at that. Love that. So GG's for Millport again. Top 5 one more time. It was Detail, Luke, Soul, Roman, and Hunter. That was your top 5. Detail taking home the first place on that one, and that means it's going to be tied between him and Luke for the overall, and Soul is going to be really close in that as well. Very good finishes. Roman as well. Both of them, Soul and Roman, they're definitely in the conversation as well. So I think those got to be the 4 front runners for the overall at this point. They're all very high up there. So GG's, hope you guys enjoyed Millport. And next we go on to one of my personal favorites, Slap Chop on Halo 3. Love the track name, love the track as well. I'm going to head on over to that one.